Namaskaram. Good day. Esteemed Professor 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 Jacob Takipuruttan, Professor Thomas Goodwill, other distinguished members on the dais, of the dais, esteemed fathers and my dear friends. It is indeed a great privilege and honor to be here in the afternoon, to be part of this prestigious international conference. I understand that this symposium has been organized with an objective to analyze and study in detail various aspects and features of Syriac language and heritage. Syriac scholars with international repute presented their latest findings. A major feature of this symposium, this is what I understand, is that many biblical scholars and experts in various theological disciplines delivered lectures in the light of Syriac heritage. We have Mahatma Gandhi University has a prestigious research center, Syriac, which is the lone center of this university to study and enrich Syriac language, and we are, as a university, we are really proud of this center. Now, studying Syriac in the contemporary time is important not only for the preservation of an ancient language and its associated cultures, but also for its broader contribution to religious studies, historical research, and the understanding of modern Middle Eastern identity. In the context of current global and regional challenges, understanding the Syriac language can foster interfaith dialogue between all communities, not only in the Middle East, but in the entire globe as well. It can also promote better understanding of the cultural and linguistic diversity of the region. Syriac was once a widely spoken language. I don't know if we can compare this with Sanskrit, because once upon a time even Sanskrit was also widely spoken. But of course this has two parallel line of protocol. And its study provides insight into the cultural and intellectual history of the Near East. Learning Syriac can deepen understanding of early Christianity and its theological debates, as well as the development of Christian liturgy. Understanding Syriac can help construct the historic experience of various communities and their interactions. Now, coming to the research part and research in the field of Syriac. In the modern technological world, is all the more important when you really consider the research aspect of Syriac. Syriac-related research in contemporary times remains a vibrant and essential field, offering important insights into language, religion, history, and culture. It fosters a deeper understanding of early Christian thought, Middle Eastern history, and the preservation of endangered cultural traditions. As more interdisciplinary approaches emerge, the scope of research in Syriac continues to expand and offer new avenues for exploration. While Syriac studies are traditionally associated with religious, historic, and linguistic research, there is an emerging and valuable connection between Syriac studies and environmental understanding. Since I'm a person from environmental studies, I was actually looking through the literature and I found some of the clear connection between Syriac studies and environment and ecology and so on. Probably you are experts and you may be knowing it, but of course this is my new idea that when I read the literature, I could find close similarity and in fact use of this language and this research in the field of environment. So this may seem like an unconventional link, but there are a few ways in which the study of Syriac can contribute to environmental consciousness and the research. For example, agricultural and ecological knowledge. Syriac speaking communities, particularly in ancient and medieval periods, lived in regions with complex ecosystems, such as the Fertile Crescent, where agriculture and water management were vital. Ancient Syriac texts may contain knowledge about traditional farming methods, water conservation, and land use that can be valuable for contemporary environmental challenges. Researching these practices could offer insights into sustainable agricultural techniques or ecological wisdom that has been passed down through generations. Another point is environmental ethics. Syriac religious and philosophical writing sometimes address the relationship between humans may reveal environmental ethics embedded in religious doctrines, such as concepts of stewardship, creation, and the interconnectedness of all life, which could provide valuable framework for contemporary ecological ethics. Yet another point is geographical descriptions. Syriac writing, including historical and literary texts, sometimes include descriptions of landscapes, climate, and the natural environment in the regions they cover, such as Mesopotamia, Syria, and Persia. Studying these descriptions can provide historical insight into how the environment has changed over time, such as the impact of climate change on ancient civilizations, deforestation, desertification, or changes in agricultural productivity. This can be useful for understanding long-term environmental shift in the region. Then comes natural resource use. Early Syriac texts mention natural resources such as water, forests, minerals, and other materials, providing a window into how ancient communities utilized and managed these resources. It's a kind of resource usage management. This can inform present-day debates on sustainable resource use and environmental conservation. Another point I want to highlight is adaptation to environmental change, which is a very popular word. Adaptation, for example, adaptation to climate change. Many Syriac-speaking communities lived in challenging environment, as I just highlighted, from the mountains regions of Syria and Iraq, deserts of Mesopotamia. Their resilience and adaptation strategies reflected in their history and cultural texts can be relevant for studying how communities adapt to environmental stresses today, such as droughts, resource scarcity, and climate-induced migration. This has been happening, this is widely talked in recent times in various forums. Learning from these past adaptations could offer practical lessons for contemporary communities facing environmental challenges. Another point, traditional ecological knowledge. Communities that spoke Syriac often lived in close-knit agrarian societies. Their folk traditions passed down in oral or written form might contain valuable ecological knowledge about local plants, animals, seasonal cycles, and ways of interacting with the land in harmony with the environment. Preserving this knowledge is crucial for both cultural heritage and environmental sustainability. So, there are many such aspects of environmental importance. I'm not going to the details, such as, of course, I'm not an expert. This is through my just reading, such as theological teachings on creation, liturgical celebrations in nature, preservation of sacred landscapes, revitalizing displaced communities, ecological integration in diaspora communities, etc., etc. There are many such examples one can highlight in terms of the connection of this ancient Syriac scripts and literature to environment. My overall expression is that there is a growing recognition of the importance of interdisciplinary research in Syriac that draws from linguistics, cultural, theological, and historic knowledge to address contemporary issues in the world. By studying the relationship between Syriac and other various disciplines, researchers can uncover valuable lessons in sustainability, ethical stewardship, cultural resilience, and many other areas that can be applied to various challenges in the modern world. I once again congratulate the organizers for organizing such a wonderful event. I am told that almost about 400 participants and even more, and this is a committed engagement, and I would say only you can do it. So congratulations and all the very best for the program, and I once again place on record the enormous support of efforts of the delegates who have come from all the way from different parts of India and different parts of the world to attend this program and to enjoy this regional beauty. You know, Kottayam is a very beautiful place and part of God's own country. So please move around Kottayam, and if you are visiting for the first time, and you are very welcome to visit our university, Mahatma Gandhi University, which is about 10 to 12 kilometers away from here. And this is a small university. This is a small university situated in this corner of the earth, and having an international standing of between 401 to 500 as per International Times Higher Education Ranking. So we have achieved tremendous program in the last 40 years of existence. The university was started in 1983, and we are now within about 30 well-placed universities in this country. We have about more than 1,000 universities in this country. So we are doing fairly well. In fact, so some of you are also part of our university. So thank you so much for the invitation, and once again all the very best, and Jai Hind. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor C.T. Aravindakumar, for your concluding words and your words of encouragement.